I thought that this article was very interesting. There were a lot of really good suggestions, and I think that it provided a lot of insight. However, there were three suggestions that stood out to me most, and those were numbers 1, 6, and 9. And these were ignore everyone, everyone is born creative, and everyone is given a box of crayons in kindergarten, and everyone has their own private Mount Everest that they were put on this earth to climb. The reason that I took the first suggestion to heart is definitely because it struck a chord. I find that sometimes I let others know about my ideas and I automatically assume that they know more than me and that I know less, so I just assume that their ideas are better. And because of this, I tend to do whatever they say and I let my own original ideas kind of fall by the wayside. And I think that this is a I think it's a good suggestion to ignore everyone because it will give me more self confidence in my ideas. And I think that by doing this, I will be able to follow through with my own ideas more. I also really like the sixth suggestion everyone is born creative and everyone is given a box of crayons in kindergarten. And this is really true. I think that I definitely feel like this sometimes. I get frustrated because I remember in kindergarten, your homework assignments were to go home and color something. And I miss that because that was really cool and that was really fun. And I wish those were our assignments in college. And I think this is a good suggestion because it reminds us that being creative isn't something that we should be punished for because I feel like a lot of times we do end up getting punished. And I think that if I follow this and apply this to my own life, that I'll come up with a lot more good ideas because I'll just remember that being creative isn't a bad thing and that I need to implement this more in my life. Um, I also really enjoyed the ninth suggestion that everybody has their own Mount Everest that they were put on this earth to climb. Um, I get really frustrated a lot with trying to overcome challenges and whatnot. And I feel like a lot of times I just want to take bigger challenges and just completely push them out of the way. And I don't even want to tackle them, I don't want to deal with them. And I like this suggestion because it reminds me that I can't do that and that those challenges were put in my life for a reason and that if I don't try to tackle them that it's going to be then that I truly fail because if I don't tackle them, if I don't even try, then how am I ever going to learn? And there's a reason for that. And I think that if I apply this to my own life, I can remember that I can be a lot happier person because I can just remember the reason that these were put here. My favorite quote in the entire reading was at the beginning of this ninth suggestion. It said, you may never reach the summit, for that you will be forgiven. But if you don't make at least one serious attempt to get above the snow line, years later you will find yourself lying on your deathbed, and all you will feel is emptiness. And I feel like this really sums up everything in life. And like I said, if I apply this to my own life, I think I can really end up being a happier person.